We are continuing with lines 204 to 209, and we're continuing Aeneas's speech here. We've read about half of it, now we're continuing. Per varios casus, per tot discrimina rerum, tendimus in Latium, sedes ubi fata quietas ostendunt, illic fas regna resurgere Troiae. The subject here is nos, we, Trojans, and it's tendimus, we are heading toward, Latium, in Latium, and we are doing it per varios casus, through various events, mainly meaning misfortunes. Per tot discrimina rerum, through so many difficulties of things. Notice the anaphora, we got per, adds drama. So one more time, we are heading, or holding, through various causes, and those things go together, sorry, I didn't mention that, I mean I didn't mark that, through so many difficulties of things, rerum, oops, sorry, let me help you there. The rerum is a genitive. All the other things here are accusative. Varios casus, accusative, and tot discrimina, this is a neuter, plural. We're heading in Latium, toward Latium. Sedes ubi fata quietas ostendunt, where, meaning in Latium, where the fates, subject, ostendunt, are showing, and you have to put in nobis, us, nobis, they're showing to us, sedes quietas, quiet homes, or literally seats. When I see the seats, I think of, or homes, I think of a resting place where you're sitting at rest. We continue with illic fas regna resurgere Troiae. There, in that place, it is fas. You have to put in a est here, I would say. It is right, or it is pleasing to the gods, really, fas. This word is related to the verb for, fari, which is fari, not farit, which is a deponent verb that means to speak. And the word fata, the fates are related to this word, and also fas, something is speakable, it is right. On the contrary, something that's very inappropriate in the eyes of the gods and humans is nefas, so fas. It is right, it is in a pious sense, right. For the regna Troiae, for the kingdoms of Troy to rise again, resurgere. For the kingdoms is a neuter plural. Oops, I think that's accusative. Of Troy, this is a genitive, first declension. And then resurgere, our verb, to rise again, resurgere. There it is right for the kingdoms, that the kingdoms of Troy rise again. This could be a nominative or an accusative, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the notes on that. Duratet vos met rebus servate secundis. This is a lot of nice alliteration of S sounds here. Durate, the verb, it's a command. You endure. Endure. And servate, another imperative command, and save, wosmet. Wosmet just means wos. It's just an emphatic form of wos. Endure and save yourselves. Rebus secundis, got an ablative here, or dative, I'm sorry. Dative. Save yourself, rebus secundis, for prosperous things, or for favorable things. Rebus secundis. Endure and save yourselves for prosperous things, favorable things. Talia voce refert, curis quingentibus aeger spem voltu simulat, premit altum corde dolorem. I think that this should be vultu. It's probably written both ways, but I think on the AP it would be written vultu. He refert, speaks. Talia, such verba, such words, because this is the end of his speech. Voce, with his voice. How does he speak them? Ablative, with his voice. And he premit, simulat first, and he simulates. This is Aeneas. Aeneas is the one speaking here. And he simulates hope. And how does he simulate hope? Vultu, on his face, or with his face. And I should have done this first. And aeger, sick, with curis ingentibus, sick with enormous cares. That sounds better to do that part first, so let's do that again. He speaks such words with of his voice, and sick with huge cares, he simulates hope on his face, or with his face. Ablative. You could say in vultu, but I think with his face is good. Remember, ablative you want to translate by, with, or from, and in, generally. And we don't have an and here, so we've got a little asyndeton going on, losing our conjunctions, or not having them. Et. And he premit, and he presses dolorem, pain. What kind of pain? Altum dolorem. Those are both accusatives. Deep pain. Corde. In his heart, or with his heart. Probably in his heart would be good. Put it in with that. That's an ablative too. So there's a little freedom in how you translate some of these. So one more time. He speaks such words with his voice, and sick with huge cares, he simulates hope on his face, and presses his deep pain in his heart. So we have a contrast here. Aeneas' speech is a real go-get-em motivational speech, telling all the Trojans to endure, but now we know some information the Trojans don't. In his own heart, he is struggling himself to maintain hope in this situation. He is reaching the end of his hope for this mission, it seems, and Vergil is giving us a little window into Aeneas's soul, into his heart and emotions that are going on here. And I've mentioned this before, but this all plays into Aeneas being a emotional sort of person, a real human being who suffers, and this is not so much the Bronze Age type warrior that we would have seen in Homer. We wouldn't always see such emotions coming out, but in Aeneas we see this frequently because it's more the convention when Virgil's writing to depict heroes as more real and to have emotions like this. Wale.